Welcome to ABC 10 News at 11 o'clock. I'm Walt Gray.
And I'm Conchetta Callahan. Thank you for joining us.
Let's begin now with breaking news. Powerful wind and rain moving through our area, knocking out power, causing flooding. It has forced evacuations and many school closures and much more.
We're going to have this radar up on the bottom corner of your screen throughout this newscast.
Now, the Wilton area in Sacramento County is under an evacuation order with these next few rounds of intense storms going through.
Officials say that people need to leave right now. The Cosumnes River could soon exceed flood stage, making evacuation routes impassable. Some in the area are already taking shelter. Officials have ordered those around the Wilton area to leave again over flooding concerns. We have team coverage for you. ABC 10's Bridget Biorlo is in West Sacramento to look at damage in that area, and Marcus Allen has a look at the conditions further south and the emergency declaration the governor just made.
First, though, let's go to Roxanne Elias, who is live in Elk Grove this morning with the latest there.
So that public safety alert went out yesterday to people in Wilton and surrounding areas, warning them of Monday night's flooding. This evacuation center here at the Sacramento Asian Sports Foundation on High Tech Court opened up. Right now, we're told there are about 25 people that have checked in so far. They have room for about 150. Now, something that people have reached out to ask about are pets, and what the facility has told me is that only people in desperate need can come here with their small or medium pets. They must be crated and on a leash, and they cannot sleep with their owner. We also just ran into Elk Grove's mayor that's inside right now talking to the Red Cross. We'll be able to hear more from her coming up in just a few minutes. Now, this location here is expected to be open until Friday, and then if the need is bigger, it will open up a little bit further. Back to you guys in studio.
All right, Roxanne, thank you.
All right. Well, new this morning, ABC 10's team is tracking what's happening right now. So let's go over to Rob for a look at our weather.
Okay, what we've got here is a much needed, frankly, absolutely needed break in the rain. Now, this is going to allow the waters to come down eventually. They're still coming up in some spots. Arden Creek is now flooding. We've got Deer Creek near Scott Road is at flood level, but almost everything else is very slow to come up. Now, this is slowly but surely moving down the coast. Just saw a flash flood warning in San Luis Obispo of all places, so it's still nailing more portions of California, but now down to the south. We're starting to see the snow level come down a little bit. It did come up early this morning, looking at rain rather than snow in places like Tahoe and Truckee, but ultimately by the end of this, we're still going to end up with 3 to 6 feet of snow. 3 to 5 inches of rain. We've already seen 1 inch plus. We're going to get some more by early tomorrow morning. Some of that's going to be really heavy, by the way, with more strong wind as well. The wind has died down in many places as we're just looking for this gap in this system. Stage 1 is what we went through this morning. Flooded roads, dozens of accidents. It was a mess. This is the break in the action. Phase 2 comes in early tomorrow morning with everything except the consistency of the rain. We had a big wind warning early this morning. That's now dropped. The only places left are along I-5 near Patterson all the way down through the Central Coast and now Southern California as well. 55 degrees is where we are at the moment. I don't expect the temperatures to change basically the rest of the day. And your checklist is still very straightforward. Even though the rain is stopping with all the standing water and all the water coming out of the higher elevations down to lower elevations, there still is an elevated flooding risk the rest of today and again reignited for tomorrow. Trees are still at risk even with breezy conditions. Sometimes it's just the gravity that takes over time. Even though the wind has stopped, you got to watch out for outages that are still ongoing and maybe new ones if a tree goes on a line, and there is more rain on the way. So mid-50s or so is what we're looking at with flooding and wind issues. I want to give you an early look at the next phase of this because the rest of today, it's all about it clearing out. Then early tomorrow morning, likely when some of you are still sleeping, we've got a line of very heavy rain. Almost always there's a line of strong winds, so heads up for more outages and trees down early tomorrow morning and rain during the early morning commute. We're going to show you another break in this cycle of storms coming up, as well as an early look at the weekend and beyond. Here's a hint. It includes more rain. Back to you.
Go. All right. Thanks, Rob.
Well, there's also an evacuation warning in effect in El Dorado County due to possible flooding. If you are in the area of Highway 50 in Whitehall or Highway 49 in Union Mine Road to the Amador El Dorado County border, you should prepare to evacuate.
Now, this is a warning, but it could become an evacuation order. If you need more time to evacuate, you should consider leaving now. Again, Highway 50 Whitehall area. Now, the Sutter County Sheriff says there's an evacuation warning issued to the residents of the commercial trailer park called Lovey's Landing. That's on the riverside of the Sacramento River levee. This is in northwestern Sutter County. The warning is effective immediately.
The Solano County Sheriff's Office has issued an evacuation warning. Here is a map showing the area impacted. This is in the Southwood Place area, south of Marshall Road, east of Peabody, and west of Putaw Canal. Those who require more time to evacuate should leave right now.
All right, we want to take you now live to the SMUD outage map. Maybe you've been logging on at home if you live within the SMUD jurisdiction. More and more people have lost power. Overnight, more than 300,000 customers losing power 24 hours ago. Some of them have yet to get it back on. Right now, at least 36,000 people have no power who are connected to SMUD.
As for PG&E, it's a very similar story. Each one of those colored dots is an area without power, so it is widespread here. The darker the spot, the more people without electricity. Right now, some 70,000 customers are in the dark statewide. ABC 10's Bridget Biorlo joins us live now from the marina, where we have been hearing, Bridget, reports of boats crashing.
Good morning, Conchetta and Walt. Yeah, we are on Jacori Loop, just down the street from the Sacramento Yacht Club, where some boats are out of the water just based on the wind we saw. We saw 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and this is the result. It looks more like a tornado scene aftermath here in West Sacramento. This is some of the debris you're going to be driving through if you're heading out to the road. So if you don't have to be out here, try not to, because this is what you're going to find. Debris everywhere, branches as well. This is actually soot from the bark from all these trees just being blown around by the wind. So a lot of these roads are going to be closed, impassable. We saw a lot of cars try to diverge when they saw it because there's no way you're going to get around here. We're also adjacent to the Sacramento River, I-5 over there in the distance as well. We have that yacht club parallel to us. We can't get to it. It is closed and they're trying to clean up over there, but sustain significant destruction. I also want to show you, this is where the tree snapped. It snapped in multiple places. We have several trunks dislodged out of place. So it really speaks to just what wind can do to some of these trees. Many of the trees have been here for decades. And what we've been seeing, guys, we've been talking about it all week long, is that we've been having several days of rainfall. And what that does is it makes the soil and the roots extremely saturated. So it doesn't take much for trees to topple over. I mean, these are heavy branches we're talking about, and here they are in the middle of the road, given the windy conditions. Another thing the wind did is it knocked out power. A lot of these trees fell on power lines, and what that does is it knocks out power to thousands of people. At one point, we had 300,000 people in the dark over the weekend. Right now, I just checked with SMUD, and their number is now 37,000 people without power. That's around 700 outages they're working to restore. They're telling everybody to just be patient because there really is no timeline of when they're going to get everything cleaned up. Crews have a long road ahead. They got to clear all the roads and restore power. So they're asking you to just be aware, pack your patience. They're doing as best as they can. Walter and Conchetta.
Okay, that's Bridget Biorlo with the damage in West Sacramento. Bridget also following up on the reports of possible boat collisions and all that. There's a lot going on. We'll update as needed. Now, these storms have more than one threat of flooding and high winds.
That's why, Walt, it is more important than ever to take these storms very seriously. A tree fell on a woman while she was on the levee by North 5th Street. That's near the American River. Unfortunately, that woman died at the hospital. State officials say that they're doing everything to keep people safe.
Now, the governor has even called on the federal government to step in and help with the recovery effort once the skies eventually clear. ABC 10's Marcus Allen is live in South Sacramento with more on what's going on at that location. Mark?
Yeah, you could stop every 50 feet on Florin Road right now and find something touched, damaged, or destroyed by the winds or the floods. So be careful of traveling down Florin Road. Camera guy Julian and I, as we travel down many parts of the road that were barely navigable from water coming over. A service station closed down as we speak because of a power outage. Just up the street at Freeport, a line snapped, power lines, pretty much robbing power of everything that you would see here overnight. Some of it just now getting destroyed. Only moments ago, we saw that limb fall in a parking lot. So even things that were dislodged earlier in the storm, still kind of shaky. Yet another storm headed this way, so be careful. Down on Florin Road, not looking good right now. Back to you.
All right, good advice, Marcus Allen. Thank you. And if you didn't already have the ABC 10 app, now's a good time to download it. The app is free. We'll send you alerts on important weather updates in the area where you live.